will recognize myself for 5 minutes. Last December, this committee passed the PIPES Act of 2023 on a bipartisan basis, which provides PHMSA with a 4-year authorization and congressional direction for federal pipeline safety policy. Unfortunately, while we continue to work to advance this legislation, the authorization for PHMSA expired in September of 2023. Can you each briefly describe the effects of a lack of authorization and what benefits does reauthorization provide? And I'll start with you, Deputy Administrator Brown, and then we'll go down the panel.
I'll be real brief just to make sure you get to everybody. There's no direct effects, but obviously having the requisite resources to oversee the additional product moving that we oversee and the direction that we get every few years of what is most important to this body, this subcommittee, and the larger chamber and body of Congress is very important to our work.
Ms. Sams?
Thank you. In my opinion, not putting forward reauthorization actually limits PHMSA in some regards. They're in a holding pattern. We need to see what occurs with legislation. And I believe are a little hesitant to move certain things forward until they get the full direction of Congress. There are some great things in reauthorization, at least that this committee proposed, that I truly believe will improve pipeline safety, especially in regards to excavation damage prevention and additional grant funding that will incentivize states to enact leading practices. I think with the change of direction, PHMSA can continue its great role of moving pipeline safety forward. We're hoping it comes soon.
Thank you, Mr. Rohrich.
Similarly, we hear from our members regularly that certainty is absolutely critical so that they can make the investments that they need and then operate their businesses. Having regular reauthorizations, making sure that PHMSA fulfills the obligations from past authorizations provides that level of certainty so that our companies know where to invest, what kind of technologies to invest in, what kind of practices to invest in. So providing that certainty and that clarity is critical to ensuring that we have the reliability and efficiency that that customers expect from us.
Thank you. Mr. Karam?
While prompt reauthorization of the agency is of course important, I think what's more important is the safety advancements that are made in that legislation more than the promptness of the reauthorization.
I think it's fantastic. The House did their will. I mean, we had a bipartisan bill that's been sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk for months, and he's done nothing with it. And I don't know when he's going to do anything, if anything at all. They seem to be very dysfunctional over there. So I would like to ask, excuse me. Where is my, Ms. Sams, we talked a little bit about the, Ms. Sams, we talked a little bit about the PIPES Act of 2023, and you mentioned it a little bit about reduce the excavation damage incidents. We talked about that. What is the impact of excavation damage incidents on the gas distribution systems?
It's the leading cause of our incidents. Well, that and vehicles hitting pipelines. If you look at the statistics, and unfortunately on excavation damage, it's going in the wrong direction. Yeah. So if I look at like the 20-year trend for serious incidents, 20-year trend, we were at 24.6% of all incidents being excavation damage. If I jump to the 3-year trend, it goes up to 28%. If I go to significant incidents, the 20-year trend is 33.6%. If I jump to 3 years, it's now 42.4%. So for the distribution industry, our focus is really on how do we reduce these excavation incidents. I believe PHMSA's done a great job with helping to create the Common Ground Alliance and implementing 811 call before you dig and providing grants, but it's not enough. So we really need some additional incentives for states to adopt leading practices. And then honestly, we need really good enforcement at the state level for those that aren't, where it's cheaper for them to hit the pipeline instead of calling before digging.
And I agree with you, and I think the Pipes Act of 2023 addresses some of those issues. Thank you. I yield back. I now